second phase is so abysmally hard. It's just... I've been wanting to do this, I've just never gotten around to doing it. I'm gonna rank every single Cuphead boss based on how hard they are, in my opinion, obviously. And obviously I changed the tiers a little bit. It's straightforward. The higher they are, just by reading this, the higher they are, the harder the boss is, the lower, the easier they are. But I'm more excited to do this one than when I did the Cuphead weapons one, because the Cuphead weapons one, y'all got pissed at mainly on my lobber take, but you not ready for this one, because there's definitely going to be some ones on here that y'all say that I should put up higher in difficulty. But just to clarify before I even start ranking them, I'm ranking these based off how hard they are in expert. I'm not going to rank them off in normal because I don't know why I thought that just doesn't make sense, because in normal, that's like the second easiest they can possibly be. On expert, it's like the most potential they have and the hardest they can possibly be, so I'm going to rank them based off expert mode. And a little bit of how easy they are to S rank. I'm going to start off with, I'm assuming, I thought the other two root packs were on here, or the other two fucking vegetables. The root pack goes into free, obviously there's not really anything to talk about. It's the first boss in the game, really easy. Goopy, I would put in free, but in my opinion he's only easy and not free because he's like just a little bit more unpredictable, and his third phase in my opinion was always just really weird, because when he's in the grave and he slams down, like, this is just my opinion, when he slammed down, the hitbox would kind of like curve a little bit and go a little bit more to the sides than you'd think it would. Like, his hitbox is a little bit bigger than you'd expect. Still really easy. Hilda, a lot of people would probably put Hilda in like possible or really hard, but really, I mean, in my opinion, I never found Hilda that hard. I always found Hilda to be easy, but I don't think she deserves to be an easy. She's 100%, like, you could argue she's the hardest in Inkwell Isle 1. I'll put her in challenging but not hard. A lot of people are definitely going to put that higher. I just never really found her hard. Her last phase is easy. Her blimp, when she keeps transforming in and out, when she turns into two different things, was always easy. Really, her hardest phase, in my opinion, was Cupid, where she's in the cloud and she has the bow and arrow, and the bow and arrow shoots 3 stars. I always found that to be the hardest. Still really not that bad, in my opinion. Her final phase with the moon and the UFOs are really easy when you know how the UFOs work. Cagney. Ooh, Cagney. Cagney isn't insanely difficult, but he's just really annoying at times. In reality, he's really not that bad, but it's just the fact he did, like an expert, he just keeps spamming his fucking seeds. Pause. If you want to go against Cagney on first phase, you would probably either use Converge or Roundabout. If you don't have DLC, you just use Roundabout. Well, really, you just use Roundabout anyway because it clears so much of the screen. But in reality, he's not that hard. I'd say he's on the same level as Hilda, even though I would say Cagney is harder than Hilda. Ribby, ooh, so in my opinion, the first phase takes a bit to get used to on expert because you have the flies and the gloves at the same time, but still easy. Second phase is really free. Third phase is where it gets a little weird, because in my opinion, I don't know why, I always found the tiger attack where the balls go like these. I don't know how to explain it. This is a really bad terminology, but just the tiger attack where the ball just keeps bouncing. I always found that to be the easiest one for some reason. I always found the frog and the bull one to be harder, but overall, I still don't think Ribby and Croaks is that hard. People are gonna disagree with me. I can't say they're hard. I don't think I would say they're hard. It's just that it's just like two specific attacks that can be hard at moments, but I don't think I would say Ribby and Croaks is hard. Overall, I never really struggled with Inkwell Isle 1 to really begin with, so there's that. Beppy. Beppy's really weird. First phase is free no matter what. Second phase can actually be really annoying because there's always so many dogs on screen and you have the train going by every once in a while. I always felt like the third phase was very overrated in difficulty because the horses really isn't that hard, especially the green one. And then the fourth phase is actually pretty easy if you kill the penguins and you know when to jump up on the platform. So I wouldn't say Beppy is hard either. Baroness. Baroness is a weird one. So she has the muffin, candy corn, waffle. So a lot of Baroness's attacks aren't really, or like really like the first three phases or 2 phases. No, it's 3 phases. Really depends on who you get. It's kind of weird. Overall, I still don't think she's that hard though, because the gumball machine isn't hard, the gobstopper isn't hard. The hardest one you're gonna get really is the muffin and the candy corn, but that's only if you don't have smoke bomb. Last phase, she throws 2 heads instead of 1 on expert, but like I said, I'm going based off expert. Last phase is definitely the hardest, but it's still not that bad. Really, all you need is like chaser or crack shot, probably even roundabout, and then just smoke dash through all the heads. Pause. Djimmi. Djimmi is hard. Djimmi actually gives me problems a lot. Not a lot. He's not that bad, but it's just that third puppet phase is a fucking nightmare. I would put him in hard. I wouldn't put him in really hard. He's not that bad, but he definitely is. He definitely is hard. The third puppet phase, you just have to really get used to the puppet. It's just a hat bullet hell, and then you got the puppet shooting. First phase can be annoying if you get the cats. I just always fucking hated the cats. I never liked cats to begin with. Djimmi, like, the first phase, like, is really annoying only at moments. It really depends what you get. Really, the cats is the hardest, in my opinion. The jewelry and the swords are really easy. Second phase is easy. You just have to interpret between the... I don't know what they are. Stars? Turbines? I don't even remember what they were. The things on the stick. But yeah, third phase is just brutal. Fourth phase can actually be really annoying a lot of the time, because the timing with the pyramids is changed in expert, and the fact that there's just no room on screen in the fourth phase, especially when he shoots the beam out of his hat. Yeah, I said Djimmi is hard, but he's not hard to the point where he's like close to impossible. I just say he's hard. I'm not gonna lie, Briny Beard is pretty free. He gives you so many parries. I don't care what anyone says. He's just pretty free. Esther is actually pretty challenging. I actually don't think she would be down here. I'd say she's actually like about on Jimmy's level, if not even harder. I would argue it would either go up here or down here. Probably down here, because second phase isn't that bad. First phase is not hard to get used to. It's just the third phase and the fourth phase that's really a problem on Esther. Also, I may have mentioned that the order of bosses on this is really weird. I don't know why the DLC bosses are before the rest of Kahl too, which is grim, but anyway. Third phase for Esther was always like a nightmare for me. Just, this is gonna be a pause, but the meat just going like this, and it's so fast. The hard part about it was how it sections the fight as they're going on, and there's just walls coming up and you have to go around it. And fourth phase was actually never really that bad. Fourth phase is challenging, but it's not that bad, so I'd keep Esther right here. The dog is the easiest DLC fight in my opinion, or the DLC boss in my opinion, but I would say challenging, not hard. First phase really easy to get used to. What is the second phase? Oh yeah, the second phase is little puppies. It's really easy. And the third phase is just really weird, but you can get used to it, but it's not that bad. Just like it's just a flipping screen. It just throws people off because obviously it's like a new mechanic. I'm always tilting my head like this, but that's why it's not that bad. It's just really straining on the neck meats. Secret boss, I don't know why. I always found the secret boss to be really... It doesn't feel... It's a really short boss though. I'd probably put him down to like... Once you get it down, it's not that bad. I'll probably just put them in easy. No. I don't really know where to put this one. I didn't even think they were going to have this on this list. This is a really weird one. I'd put him in easy. I'll put it, but it's like a hard easy. Like, it's like all the way at the front, because in my opinion, the gimmick where you're just turning and it switches who's attacking, it's really weird, and sometimes like the bubble cannot hit you, and then you turn and the fireball hits you. It's really not that hard. I don't know why. It just always like confused me. Glumstone. Oh my god. I'm putting Glumstone up in really hard, because the first phase isn't that bad, but they give you like 1 or 2 pillars to work with at the end of phase. At the first phase really messes with me, and then the second phase, oh my god, fuck the second phase. The second phase just really, like, you have to play it a lot to know where the sack or whatever the devil and the dice are throwing, the puppets. You just have to really just understand second phase, or you're never gonna get past it. Second phase is probably, and Glumstone is probably one of the hardest phases in the game. It's just so hard, because third phase isn't even that bad. Third phase is actually pretty easy. Third phase, you just have to interpret which platforms you have so you can parry it and get them all back. That's all you really have to do in that phase. The second phase is so abysmally hard. It's just... But, yeah, Glumstone is really... I wouldn't say impossible, but Glumstone definitely gave me so many problems when I first S-ranked him. I forgot the spider's name, but yeah. Overall, not that bad of a fight, but I definitely would have put in challenging. I'd probably just put it in hard. First phase was never that bad. You just gotta pay attention to all the poison bombs, or like the strings with the bombs on it, and you gotta set those off, or else you're gonna die in that phase, or just get hit in general in that phase, because there's just so much stuff on screen that you kind of have to blow them up and bait them out. Second phase is stupid easy because of you can just smoke bomb through it, or if you're playing challenge, just roll through it, which is even easier. It was just the third phase, but even the third phase isn't that bad, but it's still definitely the hardest one. It definitely gets me at moments. You have the thing bouncing up and down off screen, and then like the tongue, you kind of have to stay on one side of the screen, and you're forced on one side until he switches back to the other side, because he only hits you from one side like these, but then it throws you off, whatever, because sometimes he just goes But overall, actually, I might put him down in challenging now that I think about it. Yeah, no, I'll just put him down in challenging because the final phase is the hardest one, but it's not that bad. It's nowhere near that bad because you can just stay on one side of the screen and you're fine. So he really did give me a lot of problems the first time though. But after I kept playing him, I figured out you can just stay on one side of the screen in the final phase. Overall, pretty easy in my opinion. Chef Saltbaker, without a fucking doubt. This walking pile of seasoning literally is the hardest boss in the game, and it's not even close. First phase, abysmal. Second phase, abysmal. Even you could even argue third phase is abysmal. Really, you can argue the fourth phase is the easiest, but even that's really hard. There's first phase, there's just an abysmal amount of stuff to dodge on screen. There's too much going on. I feel like they didn't balance it well, to be honest. Yes, it could technically be a skill issue on my end, but at the same time, there's just so much stuff on screen in the first phase. And then in expert, there's two flames that you can't get rid of, and they're constantly, like, they're just around the screen, and you kind of have to play. That's kind of why I have to mostly play around on where the flames are, because they're at the top, and they go like these, and then you're just fucked, because there's two of them on screen, and they're constantly attacking. It's just goes like this, and then next couple seconds goes like this. Stupid hard fight. Chef Saltbaker's a nightmare. Still gives me a problem to this day. And the fight is also just really long. I think this fight is usually at least 2 minutes 40 seconds. This fight's abysmally long, and is the longest fight out of all these fights if we're not counting King Dice. But in my opinion, King Dice is really free. We'll get to him though. Like really the only, like arguably the Chef Saltbaker is like the only one that I truly struggle on. Actually, there's a bird bitch I'm missing. We'll get to you later, you big flying fuck. The devil. That first phase, I was gonna put him down challenging, but that first phase and the third phase, really overall not that hard at all. It's just first phase goes on forever. It feels like a lot of stuff to dodge in the first phase. Second phase is free. Third phase is pretty challenging, but it's not that bad because once again, there's a lot of stuff. My problem with the third phase was always the bats, the fucking blue bats that spin at the top. But fourth phase was unironically always pretty easy. Like I always just, when he's crying on the fourth phase, you can just parry the side of the tiers and just jump back on the platform. And you could also save a super on that phase if you want to and just kill him immediately. Like, the devil's not that hard, but the first phase, it's really the first phase and the third phase that throws it off. I don't care what anyone says. People are gonna get pissed at me for this. The dragon's easy. I don't care what anyone says. He's not free. He's not quite free. He's easy. I don't care what anyone says. Literally, the entire fight, even if you're on expert, you can just sit in the back, shoot him with your char, or usually I use charge shot, roundabout, whatever. Actually, roundabout, you'll have to aim backwards because it won't hit him, but just literally just, I'm telling you, the loadout to go with Grim, Lobber, and charge shot is the best shot in this fight. First phase, literally all you have is the tail, the fireballs, you have death rays here and there that are really easy to dodge. The tail is only an inconvenience at moments, but really just have the tail hit the back or somewhere in the front of the screen, so that way, because if it's in the middle of the screen, then the fireballs are going to hit you. Second phase, you just stay at the very top, and the fireballs like that jump up are really easy to predict, because all they do is they try to predict where you're going, but if you're standing still, they can't jump, they can't predict where you're going because you're not going anywhere. They jump at you, so you just stand still, wait for the second for them to jump, and then jump on second phase. Third phase, you literally just, once again, sit in the back. If you're using like a fast-firing weapon, the fireball still takes a bit to get to you, and when it splits into 4, it takes forever to get to you, and you can jump over it by that time already. So, yeah, I don't care what anyone says. Grim Matchstick was always easy for me and never had a problem with him. Well, I'm lying when I say that. I've had problems with him before, but I went against him so much. He's just really easy. People would put him all the way the fuck up here, but he's easy. I don't care what anyone says. This is gonna be the most controversial out of all of them, saying that he is on the same level as Goopy, but fight me. He's not hard. Rumor Honey Bottoms, honestly, not hard. Just really annoying and inconvenient at times. I don't really have a problem with her anymore. I used to, but I don't have a problem with her anymore. First phase, really easy. My thing with this fight is just the platforms and just how you can get hit off screen is my thing. Like, I always found that stupid annoying, but kind of your fault at the same time, because you can see something go off screen and then you like go above or towards it. Though I still think that's stupid, but it's still technically your fault if you get hit by it. But yeah, Rumor never that hard. Another controversial one, Dr. Kahl's easy. I don't care what anyone says. First phase. So here's what you do. First phase, go for the laser. Fucking take the laser out immediately. Take the laser out, go to the bottom, take out the bombs, because you keep the middle part because the middle part keeps giving you your parries, and that's how you get your X moves. It keeps giving you your parries. Don't use your super. This is my strategy. Don't use your super. Kill the middle thing last. Kill the heart. Soon as he transfers in the second phase, he goes like this. Super right here. And he's out of the second phase. Third phase. People overestimate the third phase. It's not hard to dodge. If you play bullet hell games or if you just have good hand-eye coordination, all you have to do is move up and down. People overcomplicate it. You don't keep moving right and left, left and right, unless there's like a barrier that comes up every once in a while. Just move up and down and you'll get it. Dr. Kahl is not hard at all. Really easy fight. One of the most overestimated ones in my opinion. So many people would put him like up here, probably even with Chef Saltbaker. He's just really easy in my opinion. I see the King Dice's mini bosses on here. I was gonna put King Dice probably up higher, but since it's King Dice himself, honestly free in my opinion. Like, this isn't King Dice and his mini bosses, it's just King Dice himself. I never had a problem with timing parries in this game ever. I think I've had moments where like my dumbass just clicked it like too early. Not on King Dice, but just in general. But King Dice is just stupid easy. Like I just use charge on him because it kills him the fastest. And on expert, the spacing with the cards is weirder. They're more spread out. And on the initial first jump when you get into the parries, you might have to dash. But I think when it's 2 black cards and then the 3rd pink card, then you can just jump and dash. King Dice himself was always, to me, just really stupid easy. Never really gave me a problem. The mini bosses are something else. I'll get to those. Mortimer Freeze. Okay. Yeah, I'll put him up in really hard. He's not impossible, really hard, but yeah. Mortimer Freeze is a fucking bitch. First phase was always free. S-ranking him is a nightmare. They honestly, with the parries, he's so stingy. You kind of have to wait for a card on the first phase, maybe get a popsicle or 2 on the second phase. The snowman, they changed his sword attack on normal, like you can go like in between the swords, like kind of here. But then you have to, in expert, you have to wait for it because they're too close to each other. You have to just wait for them to slowly pop up, and then like as they're coming down, you jump and dash. It's just, and the popsicles are inconvenience at times in the second phase. It's really annoying. I fucking hate the snowman. He's really not hard, the snowman, like overall, he's really not hard, but it's just really inconvenient sometimes and just really annoying. I think actually the most annoying part for me was always the ice cubes. The fucking ice cubes or sugar cubes that came out of when he turned into a fucking fridge like a fat ass. The ice cubes were always just stupid. It's not even really inconvenient. It's just my fault because you kind of have to space it out because it's 1 big cube, then it turns into 4, then or 2, then turns to 4, and it's just really annoying. And then the third phase, not that bad, actually easier than the second phase. Even the final phase isn't that easy. The eye is easy. If you have smoke bomb, you can get past the eye easily. The ice cream cones are kind of annoying, but you kind of just go into the corners because they only shoot in 5 directions. And then the buckets were the most annoying because they would hit the back and then they would split into multiple like moons or objects. Really, technically, he's not that bad, but he's still like his second phase. Jesus Christ, that second phase. I'd put Sally. Her second stage is the hardest one. Second and third stage. First and fourth is actually pretty easy. You just use crash on fourth phase. First phase, you just blow by it. Pause. The second phase is the hardest one in my opinion. Third phase, if you just learn it, you can get by easily, especially with smoke bomb. I'll probably put Sally in easy. Never gave me a problem. If you know, you know. This fight is just something else on expert. On normal, he's so easy, and then at expert, he's just impossible. It turns the eggs into 5 eggs, and then because you can't in normal mode when he shoots the eggs in the first phase, you can sit in the back, but in expert you can't because it shoots eggs specifically at the back. And you have to judge where he is when he's shooting it, because if he's up here and the little ducks are down here and he shoots an egg like this and it splits like this, where are you supposed to go? You have to judge where he is, and you have to kill the ducks or the fucking birds sometimes. Second phase was always the easiest actually. Second phase is really easy. Third phase is a nightmare because the egg pattern changes around the baby. The eggs, they close in faster. When they expand out, pause, it just goes like this so fast. It's so annoying. Just, yeah, Wally, like I hate Wally. If you watch my videos in my S ranking on him, like at least S ranked for him the first time on video, then you'd see why I put him all the way up here. Werner, honestly, is he free? He's not quite exactly free. His second phase is it's kind of hard. Not really. It's still pretty easy. Nothing to say. His fight is just really easy. Is this the... Oh, these are the pawn... Or these are the King's Leap bosses. Okay. We're just gonna blow by this then. I'm gonna do this one first. In solo, really easy, but in duo or in co-op, stupid hard because you have to hit the heads and parry the heads twice. Don't know why they did that. I mean, to be honest, I can understand now that I'm thinking about it because there's 2 players. But really hard, but I'm gonna go based off of solo. Honestly, challenging, but not hard because you have to judge when to dash. Because when everything's running on the ground, you can't just jump because you might hit the one that's following that guy and you might have to dash. And if you're not good at judging stuff like that, you're gonna fail on this one a lot. But in my opinion, not that hard. Not much to say about this one. Pretty free, to be honest. You kind of have to understand the knight in order to actually beat him, but still pretty easy in my opinion. Princess was always pretty easy. The princess is free, to be honest. There's not much to dodge. It's really easy to judge when to hit the cannon. Never really hard. Executioner, I'd probably put up with the pawns. Not hard to hit the pair, especially if you're playing as Miss Chalice. I don't know why you're able to play Miss Chalice in the King's League. You could still do it. I tried it like kind of recently, but you can just keep repeatedly parrying the heads. You can stay above. It's just kind of hard to judge when to parry because sometimes you can get too greedy and you'll get hit. But overall, he's not hard. Kahl Maria. Would I put her in easy? She's kind of hard to judge sometimes, so I guess I'll put Kahl Maria in challenging but not hard. She's overrated in difficulty in my opinion, but first phase is really the hardest one. Second phase can be hard, but it's not that bad. And third phase, you kind of just judge when to go in front and back because you can get frozen at the front. You can get hit by something or get hit at the back from something. It goes both ways. And the last bosses we actually have are all of King Dice's mini bosses. Actually, wait, no. Oh, Phantom Express. I didn't even see you there. But yeah, overall, Kahl Maria is kind of overrated difficulty in my opinion. A lot of these are in the same tier. A lot of these are down here. Like I said, I don't find a lot of these bosses hard. I'm just too good at the game.
Sure.
But anyway, Monkey, the Monkey is honestly the worst one to fight. Honestly, I'll put him up here because he takes so long to fight. It may not be hard to like kill overall, but it's just the fact that takes so long to kill. You have to match the cards as he's like pretty much chasing you. Really annoying. Phantom Express, an expert? Honestly, I'll put the bitch with one eye. He can be annoying at moments. I'll put him in challenging but not hard. He's not hard in my opinion, but he's definitely not easy. First phase is free, second phase is free. It was always the third and fourth phase for me, because the third phase, sometimes the ghost can F you over like every once in a while, and then the fourth phase, it's kind of hard to see the fireballs, but you'll get used to it. The fireballs are they're generally kind of hard to see. I don't know why, but sometimes the bone that's on fire can come around and be an inconvenience and hit you sometimes. But overall, it's not that hard. The chips are free. Let's just get some of the easy ones out the way. The chips are free. The cigarette's free. It's kind of hard to judge it. He's really the cigarette, honestly, or cigar or whatever, has a shit ton of health, but it's really easy to kill him and dodge his attacks. Pretty easy. Honestly, I think the A-ball is free. Actually, no, a smoke bomb, the bunny is pretty easy. You know what? No, the bunny's easy, but I'm only gonna put him in easy and not free because if you don't have smoke bomb, he's actually pretty hard. So I'll put it in easy. This one was more annoying than hard because I think the one I never actually really fought this one, but I fought him a couple of times from experience. The ghost that the cloaked ones, I think, or they wear hoodies, whatever. The skeletons that are on the bottom, they go up and like sometimes the foreground or the background, there's like a tree in your face that's like thanks for my vision, and it messes up your vision and it just messes up the whole fight. It's really more annoying than anything, but because of that, I'll put them in challenging, not hard, because it's not a hard fight. It's just I hate the fact that there's like they couldn't do anything for the background. They just had a tree go in your face every other second. What was the name of this one? I think Dip and Dot. This one was honestly easy. Not free because the spikes can mess up your timing a little bit. Not the spikes, the ball that they shoot sometimes that bounces up and down, or the shape. I don't even know what it was. Fucking dodecahedron. I can't even spell that. I don't even know why I thought saying that was a good idea. But anyway, overall it's pretty easy. Russian lady, free with the smoke bomb. Stupidly easy. If you don't have smoke bomb, just don't fight her. I mean, you can fight her. I've done it before in my recent video actually. but she's still like really annoying without Smoke Bomb. But with Smoke Bomb, she's stupid easy. Oh, the last one. I don't know what they're called, but it's the alcohol. They're honestly kind of annoying, but they're not hard. So I'll put them in challenging, but not hard. Not much to say. It's just this one right here with the big fucking nose, the nose that I could use for a vibrator. Kind of annoying when the alcohol spills down on you, but not that bad. But then at the same time, you have this one where he just spills forward, and then she just has the random eyeballs here and there. And yep, that's it. I don't know if any of y'all would definitely put these higher. Y'all would definitely put Dr. Kahl higher. You would definitely put Grit Matchstick higher. You want 1,000% probably put King Dice higher. Yeah, that's my tier list. My opinion, like, Cuphead as a game overall isn't, maybe either I'm just good or it's really just not a hard game. But I never found that many bosses to really be hard. I only find these ones that I put up here to be hard, but even the devil isn't even that hard, but I put him up in hard because his first phase and third phase is actually pretty difficult. These two bosses specifically, Wally and Chef Saltbaker, make me want to die, as it says in the tier list. But yeah, this is my overall opinion on every single boss. I really don't feel like there's that many that are hard. A lot of them, in my opinion, are actually overrated difficulty by far. That's all I gotta do for this video. Let me know if you would put any of these higher, or maybe put some of these lower. Maybe some of these are easier to you, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.